In the tech heart of China, drone deliveries and driverless taxis have already transitioned from novelty to everyday reality. This is Shenzhen, the high-tech embodiment of a new superpower. Yet in 1980, this was a small fishing village of just 30,000 people. Today, 18 million people live in a megacity that outpaces New York, boasting more skyscrapers over 200 meters tall than anywhere else on the planet. This rapid transformation was a carefully planned ascent, the strategic ambition of an autocratic regime determined to outpace the West. While China aggressively backs its own electric car makers, Europe remains divided over the future of combustion engines. That hesitation has created a massive opening for Chinese manufacturers to supply the cheap, cutting-edge technology that European consumers now prefer. Relying on a strategic rival for critical infrastructure creates a dangerous leverage point. If China chooses to halt supplies, it has the capacity to effectively turn out the lights across the European continent. This reliance begins with the physical, the rare earth minerals mined and processed almost entirely in China. Without them, European high-tech manufacturing simply stops. That vulnerability now extends into digital networks. In 2021, state-linked hackers breached the German Cartography Agency, a facility that provides the foundational data used for GPS and air traffic control. When Chinese hardware is embedded into 5G networks, it creates a pipeline capable of siphoning communication data directly to Beijing's intelligence services. Once an adversary accesses these core systems, European governments can no longer guarantee the integrity of their own navigation or communication data. By opting for lower-priced hardware, Europe is subsidizing the very tools of espionage that are now targeting its political and technology sectors. Beyond digital access, Beijing is establishing a permanent physical presence within the EU to bypass trade barriers. Building factories directly on European soil allows Chinese companies to circumvent import tariffs on electric vehicles. Hungary is the center of this expansion. Massive battery plants, like this one in Debrecen, represent billions in Chinese investment and employ thousands. Prime Minister Viktor Orban has welcomed this influx, positioning Hungary as China's strategic bridgehead into the European market in exchange for infrastructure loans. These are not just commercial deals, they are long-term acquisitions of physical territory and political loyalty within the European Union. This aggressive expansion is fueled by an urgent need for growth as China's domestic economy falters. A massive, state-funded real estate bubble is currently collapsing, leaving rows of empty buildings for the wrecking ball. Environmental and social crises are compounding the pressure. China has destroyed 40. This hard power pivot is accompanied by strategic partnerships with Russia, North Korea, and Iran, positioning China as a primary enabler of global instability. This trajectory has officially changed the stance of Western defense. NATO now recognizes Beijing not just as a trading partner, but as a systemic adversary. Because Chinese companies like CATL and Huawei are state-backed champions, their profits flow directly into the state coffers, funding this military expansion. Engaging with them economically provides the capital for Beijing's strategic goals. The availability of affordable EVs and 5G technology masks a much higher cost to European independence. Relying on a supplier whose values and political system are fundamentally hostile to democracy creates a permanent vulnerability in Europe's core infrastructure. As dependency deepens, political willpower erodes. European nations eventually face a choice: sacrifice their own security or risk the collapse of the supply chains their economies now depend on. Democracy is not a given. Trading long-term security for technological convenience grants an autocratic rival the power to dismantle the European system from the inside.